Hi guys, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Scott Curry. I used to work as an analyst for Merrill Lynch and Morgan Stanley, and now I analyze stock picks from the top 15 YouTubers. I then compile all of my analysis together into a daily video that I post right here on this channel. I spend hours every day watching YouTube videos so that you don't have to. All you have to do is watch this one video each day and you'll get every single stock pick from the top 15 YouTubers. All I ask in return is that you hit that like button and subscribe to get notified when I release my next video. In fact, I'll give you 5 seconds to do that right now. All right. Before we get into today's stock picks, I just want to remind everyone that I am not a financial advisor and none of the YouTubers I analyze are financial advisors either. This is purely for entertainment purposes only. Because today is Sunday and we just had a 3-day weekend, today's video is going to cover all of the stock mentions from the past 3 days. Now, there were over 100 stocks mentioned by the top 15 YouTubers over the past 3 days, so to save time, I'm only going to cover stocks that were mentioned by 2 or more YouTubers. Okay, let's get into it. First stock up for today is AAL, American Airlines. This stock was mentioned by 2 YouTubers. It has a buy under price of $15 with an ideal buy-in price of $12. Now, one thing you're going to notice on these buy-in prices and ideal buy-in prices is that the picks are based upon prior support. So for example, here you can see some pretty clear support around $12. That's why you have a ideal buy-in price on AAL of $12. Okay, the next stop on this list is going to be AAPL. AAPL is Apple, and with them entering the EV market, this is going to be a great long-term growth stock. 2 people have mentioned AAPL. Again, not a short-term play, but definitely a good long-term play. Next up is ABNB. ABNB is a recent IPO. It's Airbnb. The YouTubers that have mentioned this stock say that it is currently too high of a price. If you're looking at this for a long-term play and you don't mind a little bit of loss in the short term, you can buy this stock under $130, but the ideal buy-in price on this stock is $100 or below. Next up on the list is APXT. One thing about APXT is this is a SPAC. SPACs have been hugely popular recently. They go up like crazy right before the merger. But this stock is merging with AvePoint. It's the largest data solutions provider in the world. And 2 YouTubers mentioned this stock. They think it's possibly going to start going back up again based upon this sort of trend line that you have right here. The buy-in price on this stock is $15. The ideal buy-in price is $14. So right now the stock is a good buy. Next up is ARKK, and I'm going to combine this analysis with ARKG. ARKK and ARKG are ARK investment ETFs. ARK has been probably one of the most successful ETF investments out there over the past 12 months. ARKK is the largest of the ARK ETFs, and it was up 150% last year. And then ARKG was up 180% last year. And a lot of people think this is going to be the largest growth sector in 2021. This is the genomic sector. And I have a couple of individual stock picks that quite a few YouTubers have mentioned that we're going to be getting to here shortly. But if you don't want to trade individual stocks and you'd rather just trade an ETF, ARKG is going to be the ETF for you. Next up is Alibaba, BABA. Now, if you notice on this chart, Alibaba has gone down quite a bit. I think if we go over to the weekly chart, you'll see it is just absolutely tanked from its highs at around $320. Alibaba was mentioned by 4 YouTubers. Basically, this is a recovery play. Everybody is selling this right now due to China saying that this might be a monopoly. It needs to get into regulatory compliance so that it doesn't get delisted. So there's quite a few things about this stock that are just negatives for Alibaba. However, the smart money, such as ARK Investments, is buying more of this at these low prices. Also, it appears that the Chinese government is really going after Jack Ma, not Alibaba. So the Chinese government, really, they just have too much invested in Alibaba to break up this company. Right now, this stock is very cheap. Its price-earnings ratio is only 17. This stock has a buy under price of $230, which I mean, you're basically there now. And an ideal buy-in price of $220. This is a good stock to buy now with a lot of upside potential. The price targets on this stock range between $280 and $340. If it hits the high end of that price target, you have a 46% upside on this stock. Next up is BFT. BFT is another stock that has been mentioned by 4 different YouTubers. This stock was a SPAC. It is merging with PaySafe, which is an online payments platform with a focus on gaming systems. The buy under price on this is $15, which is pretty much there. The ideal buy-in price on this stock is $14. You're not too far off of that price either. And this has a price target of $30, which represents a 100% upside. This is certainly a stock that could double if it hits that price target. And with 4 of the top 15 YouTubers talking about this stock, certainly this is a good one to buy. All right, next up has got to be the largest hype stock I have ever seen. Just look at this weekly chart. It was up 300% in a week. Insane. All right, let's talk about why the stock was up so much, what's going on to it, why it's hyped. This is the stock I'm going to be talking about more than any other stock because it was mentioned by 9 YouTubers. I only follow 15 YouTubers and 9 mentioned BNGO. So let's talk about it. Why? First of all, we know the stock is one of the most hyped stocks ever, and the hype is justified. But big hype stocks, especially stocks that have been hyped on YouTube, often sell off quickly. So be careful. This is a penny stock. Just like it went up 100%, it can go down 100% just as fast. If you already bought the stock and you are currently up, sell it now and take your profits. Okay, why is the stock hyped up so much? Some of the things YouTubers have been saying. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. This is a life-changing stock if they get FDA approval. There's a bunch of catalysts that are coming up for the stock. On January 11th, they have FDA approval possible. On January 12th, they have results of some testing they've been doing. And on January 13th, they have more results of testing that it's been doing. Further, ARK Investments could possibly buy this stock soon. Another catalyst is NASDAQ gave them an extended period of time to get into compliance. Basically, the stock was trading under $1. NASDAQ was going to delist them. However, if they can have a closing price above $1 10 days in a row, then the NASDAQ will not delist them. And as you can see on this chart, we've already had a closing price above $1 1, 2, 3 days. All they have to do is close above $1 for the next 7 days in a row, and they will not get delisted. That's another catalyst. ARK Investment, ARKG, will probably start buying the stock soon. In fact, there are rumors that ARKG, ARK Investments, is going to be meeting with the senior people over at BNGO sometime in the next 2 weeks. So we know that ARK Investment is seriously looking at this. A lot of YouTubers are saying this is the next NNDM and to buy it and buy it now. Okay, let's talk about the bad. First of all, this company only has 12 months of cash left for operating expenses. So they need cash and they need cash fast. Most YouTubers expect an offering on this stock soon. When they do a stock offering, that's going to lower the price of the stock. Now, when will the stock offering happen? It's not a matter of if a stock offering is going to happen. It's a matter of when a stock offering is going to happen. Because BNGO needs their stock to close above $1 for the next 7 days in a row, we think that for the next 7 trading days, there will not be a stock offering. However, after that period, we do expect a stock offering to be announced. We expect BNGO to drop in price, possibly all the way down to as little as $1. It sounds crazy with it closing after hours on Thursday at $4. However, if you think about the fact that YouTube stocks typically have a pullback and the fact that we expect a stock offering on this soon, it's very possible this could get back down to $1. So the lesson here is do not chase. Do not FOMO. If you chase, if you buy this stock now, you are literally buying the stock at the top. Every single YouTuber who has covered the stock in the last 3 days, says do not buy. They all say wait for the drop, wait for the offering, and that is why this stock has a buy under price of $2 with an ideal buy-in price of $1. If you believe in this stock long term, it's okay to buy the stock at $3 or less. The price targets on this stock range anywhere from $5 to $30, potentially 1,000% upside. If it does reach $30, do you really care if you bought it at $3 or $2? No, you probably don't. However, in the short term, losing 50% of your money could really hurt. So if you're looking at this as a short-term play, wait for the dip. If you're looking for this as a long-term play, you can go ahead and get in around $3 or less. You'll be just fine in the long term. All right, next up on the list is BTBT. BTBT is basically a Bitcoin play. They are a miner. The only downside of this is they've had a huge run-up recently. So even though they're a Bitcoin miner, there's actually better Bitcoin miners out there. And let's go ahead and talk about some of those here in a minute. But first we have CLA. CLA has also been mentioned by 2 YouTubers. This is another SPAC. Keep in mind that most SPACs have a $10 floor, typically. So there's very limited downside here, about 30% downside. They are going to be merging with Ouster, which is the EV LiDAR sensors. The new symbol will be OUST. We expect this to combine sometime in the first half of 2021. Now, if you know anything about these SPACs, they typically run up quite a bit right before the merger, and then they go up down after the merger. Okay, next point. CLSK. This is another stock that's been mentioned by 2 YouTubers. CLSK is another Bitcoin stock. They just acquired a Bitcoin mining company, but they're also an energy company, which is another industry that is expected to go up in value in 2021. The amazing thing on this is that CLSK just increased their guidance by 300% over last year. That gives CLSK a price target of $30 in the short term. As you can see, it's already at $29. It's pretty much hit the price target. So short term, this is not a good play. However, this might be a good long-term play if you're looking to get some Bitcoin coverage, but also be protected in case Bitcoin comes down, because they are also in the energy sector. All right, next up is going to be CRSP. CRSP is one of those genomics companies I was talking to you guys about. Of all of the genomics companies that were on YouTubers' lists, this is the one that people are most excited about, outside of possibly BNGO. CRSP, what is different about them is that they can actually change genetics, meaning that if somebody has a life-threatening disease that is caused by genetics, CRSP is able to change the genetics to essentially remove that life-threatening disease. The other thing that's really interesting about this is that it has a positive earnings per share. Now, the fact that CRSP has a positive earnings per share is very rare for a genomic stock. And because of that, this stock has a buy under price of $160, which is actually there right now. It has an ideal buy-in price of $150. We're pretty much at the ideal buy-in price of this stock. People expect the stock to start going back up at this point. The short-term price target on the stock is $170, which represents an 11% upside. However, this is also a great long-term play. And like I said, we are at the ideal buying price now. Next up is DBX, Dropbox. Kind of an older stock here. Been ignored by Wall Street for a while. However, 2 YouTubers think that this is getting to be a good buy price. It's not there yet. The buy price that YouTubers are looking at is a $20 buy under price all the way down here. So we still have a little bit more downside to go. However, if it does get down to $20, the price target on this is $26, which will represent a pretty good upside on this particular stock, about 30% upside. Next up is DIS. This is Disney. As you can see, Disney has continued to climb and climb and climb. And the reason for that is mostly due to Disney Plus, which is the new streaming service. People think Disney has a lot of room to go on the upside. It has a buy under price of $175, so we are looking for a little bit of a pullback before we buy into the stock. However, this is another good long-term play with plenty of upside due to its streaming service. Next up is DKNG. This is DraftKings. They are a sports betting site. DraftKings was also mentioned by two YouTubers. It has a price target of $63, which represents a 35% upside from its Thursday closing price. Next up is going to be EBON. EBON is another Bitcoin play. If you expect Bitcoin to continue going up, this is a way to get into Bitcoin. One nice thing about the stock is it was beat down recently, even though Bitcoin has gone up tremendously. So this has a lot of upside to it. The price targets on this stock range from $8 all the way up to $10. So plenty of upside on this stock. And of course, if it does hit that $10 price, you have a 65% upside. People think this is a short-term play. If you think that Bitcoin is going to continue to go back up, it's one of the best ways to get into Bitcoin without buying Bitcoin itself. All right, next up is going to be Facebook. Facebook, I don't have a lot of information on it. Two YouTubers have mentioned it, and it is a long-term play for 2021. Next up is FUBO. FUBO is very quickly becoming a hype stock. And the reason, you can see this right here. Okay, 5 YouTubers have mentioned FUBO. However, it is on the decline, which is good because it's about to hit its price targets. The buy-under price on this is $28. The ideal buy-in price on this is $26. We're getting real close. We're just about there. This is a good price to buy the stock now. The price target in the short term is $30. The higher price target is $34. Again, this is in the short term. All right, what's going on with this? Well, this is an online streaming company, real similar to Netflix, but for live sports. The thing about this company is they have more sports channels than any other online streaming service out there, period. They got more live events than anybody. Also, here's the big upside. They're getting into sports betting, just like DraftKings. And so that could be another huge profitability factor for them. So, what caused this and what caused this? So, what caused this is a short squeeze. This stock is one of the most shorted stocks out there. And when it started going up, short sellers had to sell because they were getting all kinds of margin calls. That is what caused this to jump from 28 to 62. Now that the short squeeze is over, short sellers have been getting back in, pushing the price down. Of course, if we get another short squeeze, it has the potential to do this once again. So you get the short squeeze potential with this. The other reason this came down is, like most of these companies, they did a stock offering when they saw their stock price go up. That particular stock offering expired on December 30th. So the bottom is pretty much here. However, you need to wait for this to bottom out and stabilize before you buy it. So that's why we're looking to buy this somewhere between $28 and $26. Okay, next up is going to be GNOG. For those of you familiar with LCA, this is the old LCA. It's now GNOG, which is Golden Nugget Online Gaming. 4 YouTubers have mentioned this stock. Like we said, these SPACs typically run up before merger and then they go down after merger. The great thing about this stock is it has a buy-under price of $21, which it already broke through, and it has an ideal buy-in price of $20, which it also already broke through. This is an excellent buy right now, and it has a price target ranging between $50 and $65. That represents a 230% upside potential from its closing price on Thursday. It's a long-term play with a 230% upside. This could be a huge stock to get into. Okay, next up is Laser, L-A-Z-R. Laser has been mentioned by 2 YouTubers. It is overpriced right now. People are waiting for this to come back down. We are looking to get this stock under $30. And it has a price target of $40 once it drops to 30, which gives it about a 25% upside. Next up is MVIS. 2 YouTubers have mentioned it. This is going to be a short-term play. You want to buy the stock under $5, preferably under $4. So basically what we're looking at here is we're waiting for the stock to come down. You can see this trend right here. That's where we get that $4 price target. $5 to $4 is where you want to buy this. And we have a $10 price target on this. Represents a 100% upside. Okay, the next big hype stock is NIO. NIO NIO, this has been mentioned by 9 YouTubers. Huge, huge, huge hype stock, and for very, very good reasons. In fact, it is so hyped, the price targets on this were just raised, the buy-enter prices were just raised, the ideal buying price was just raised. Okay, why is this hyped up so much? Well, 2 things. First of all, everybody was waiting for delivery numbers. People thought that delivery numbers were not going to be met. However, just a few short hours ago, NIO delivered their delivery numbers, and guess what? They killed it. They crushed it. They beat their delivery numbers. People thought they were going to miss their delivery numbers. They actually beat. So we expect the stock to go up on Monday. In addition, we have NIO Day coming up January 9th, which will really be January 8th. So come Friday, we have NIO Day coming up. And guys, this is huge, 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 because this stock is expected to skyrocket going into NIO Day. And also, this is an excellent long-term play. If you're a short-term trader, buy now, get out on Friday, buy back in again the week after, the week of the 11th. We expect the stock to skyrocket up till Friday. We expect it to have a short pullback after NIO Day, and then we expect it to start going back up again. Why? They say to buy the hype, sell the news. We have hype going into NIO Day. NIO Day will be the news. Sell then, and then get back in for the long term. The buy under price on this is $50. It's already been met. However, with NIO beating their delivery numbers, I expect this probably will open Monday quite a bit higher. The ideal buying price is $48. Basically, buy the stock now, buy it Monday. Okay, you ready for the price targets on this? Anywhere from $59 to $250. A 400% upside from its current price. All right, let's move on. NNDM. This is a stock that is rumored to be working with Apple soon. 4 different YouTubers have mentioned this stock. It has a buy-under price of $9, which we're very close to, an ideal buy-in price of $8. This stock has enough cash to operate for the next 5 to 10 years. They're doing extremely well. There's a price target on this of $14, which represents a 50% upside from the current price. And this is a short-term play, so potentially making 50% very soon with NNDM. Next up on the list is OEG. OEG has been mentioned by 3 YouTubers. OEG has a buy under price of $2, which it has been hitting intraday. It has an ideal buy-in price of $1.80, which is right here as well. So OEG just had a direct offering that will expect to take place on January 5th. The direct offering is $1.80. We don't expect the stock to drop much below $1.80. But you might want to get in around $1.80. This is a penny stock, but it's also a long-term hold. And the ideal buy-in price short-term on this is $3, which represents about a 37% upside from where it closed on Thursday. 50% upside if it does get down to the $1.80 price. Okay, next up is PLNHF, which is Planet 13. Planet 13 is a MMJ. It's actually the largest MMJ store in Nevada. And what separates Planet 13 from the other MMJ stocks is this company is actually based in the United States. Most of the other MMJ plays are based in Canada. As states start to allow and legalize marijuana, this is one stock that's expected to take off. It's going to be a long-term play for 2021. Next up is QS. QS was also mentioned by 2 YouTubers. However, the stock is expected to continue to fall in the short term. Chris Sain actually said put a put option on this. However, the problem is this stock was down 14%. It was down another 13% in the after hours on Thursday. And when stocks drop that fast, that quick, put options are going to be extremely expensive due to implied volatility. So I don't know if you're going to be able to make money on a put option on this. However, it does have a buy-in price of $75, which we're getting very close to. Basically, you're looking at this trend right here, and you want to buy to kind of catch this continued upward trend. Okay, next up is going to be RIDE, which is Lordstown Motors. It's another EV stock. RIDE was mentioned by 3 YouTubers. Rumors are that they have a major contract that's being closed soon. This stock has supported $18. That's why you have a $20 buy-under price, a $19 ideal buy-in price. If you can get the stock for $18, great, but a lot of people don't think it's going to get quite that low. If it breaks $18 support, then your next support's all the way down at $16.50 right here. If it drops below that, it could even go as low as $15. However, I will say this, the 3 YouTubers who mentioned the stock all think this is a good buy under 20, a great buy under 19. The price targets on the stock range anywhere from $30 to $35, which represent a 75 to 100% upside from the buy-in prices. Next up is SBE. SPE is another one of the stocks that everybody's talking about. SPE was mentioned by 7 different YouTubers. It has a buy under price of $35 with an ideal buying price of $32. So we are looking for this to drop some more before we buy it. However, it has a price target of $50, which is just above its high. This is a long-term play. However, this particular stock could be good. People are saying buy this after the merger, buy it after the sell-off, and then you have the potential for some pretty good returns in the long term. All right, next up it's going to be SPWR, SunPower. SunPower and SunWorks kind of go together. They're solar companies. These companies are expected to be good stocks due to Joe Biden getting into office and a big push towards renewable energies. We don't really have any buy-in prices or ideal buy-in prices, but 2 YouTubers did mention this stock. SunWorks, again, 2 YouTubers mentioned the stock. This is going to be another one of the stocks for renewable energy. We have a buy under price of $5, an ideal buying price of $4.50. If you can get this for $5 or $4.50, this is a good long-term play. However, I'm not entirely sure it's ever going to get there. I did buy this personally at $5.25. I was happy to buy it at $5.25, bought more at $5.10 when it got down that low. So I actually like this stock as well. All right, SQ Square. This was mentioned by 2 YouTubers as a long-term play. They gave a buy under price of $220 with an ideal buying price of $210. Basically, people expect this to continue going up. They think it's a good buy right now. Okay, next up is TSLA, which is Tesla. Tesla is a stock that has been mentioned by 3 different YouTubers recently. However, this is not the best growth stock. There's certainly better EV stocks out there. NIO is the best EV stock. This only has a $750 price target, which only represents 6% to the upside. Next up is WBA, which is Walgreens. Walgreens is one of the stocks you really don't think about. 2 YouTubers did mention it though, because it is not only a good dividend stock, it's also a great growth stock. And as you can see here, we do have a nice trend going up right here. And guess what? We're at the bottom of the trend right now. That is why WBA has a buy under price of $40 with an ideal buying price of $39. We are in the buy price at this time, and people expect this to continue to go up. They are opening a lot of stores, which is why we expect to see growth. Plus, you get dividends on this as well. So all in all, a great long-term buy and hold stock. Next up is WKHS, which is Workhorse. This is another EV stock. With this stock, you want to buy in anticipation of an announcement with UPS. Obviously, you want to sell prior to the announcement. Again, buy the hype, sell the news. Do expect an announcement on this stock sometime within the next 3 months. 3 YouTubers have mentioned this, so I do get a lot of information on this stock. The other thing is ARK Investments continues to buy the stock every single day, so they continue to believe in it. And if you follow the big money, this is obviously a good stock to buy. So when it comes to Workhorse, we have a buy under price of $17 with an ideal buying price of $16. Basically what you're doing is you're trying to get it down here in this range where it has really good support. As you can see, it has very strong support at 15. So anything under 16 is an excellent stock price to buy this at. All right, the price targets on this range from $26 to $30, which represent a 50% upside. And finally, the last stock is XPEV. XPEV is a Chinese EV. It is in a downward trend though right now. So people say ignore this one and buy NIO instead. However, if you do want to buy this stock, it has a buy under price of $39 with an ideal buying price of $35. That said, it does have quite a bit of upside. The price target on this is $70, which represents about a 63% upside from the closing price on Thursday. However, like I said, it is in a downtrend, so YouTubers want to wait on this stock. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video and got a lot out of it. Comment down below what your favorite stock pick is. And if you want to get some free stock, sign up for Webull through my link in the description below. That will help you out, and it also helps the channel out. And finally, remember to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you have a lot of success trading, and I will see you tomorrow.